dang, this video's
Universal
long.
Epic Universe is the next theme park for
All
Universal
right.
Orlando.
She said the
Resort,
next, not the
and will
last.
feature 5
They're
surrounding worlds that go beyond
Theme park,
anything
not
land.
you've ever experienced.
I know her. I just don't know her by
In the
name at
wizarding
all.
world of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, you'll explore multiple eras of magical thrills and
So they
wonder.
have Ministry of Magic there in a
There are
box.
very few movies my entire family would
Oh
come
my gosh,
together
it's
to
Cubicle
watch.
Zine.
Look,
Harry
Mom.
Potter
They
was
had
one
flags
They
and
had
such.
stuff.
There were flags.
We love the Fantastic Beast films because it gave us a
Dobby.
more global
Dobby.
view and a chance
It's not
to step into
plants.
another
Sorry.
era of the wizarding world.
This isn't a Where's
Really
Waldo,
felt that we owed
but they're
substantial tuition
Oh my god. We all ruined this.
Yeah,
Say
please
what you
stop.
saw
Village
for the
of Hogwarts
audio
Castle
listeners.
I forget what it's
Then
called.
Diagon Alley,
Deathly
Deathly
Hallows
Hallows.
Yes.
symbol.
hidden streets of London.
Fake fan.
Anyway, here we are in the streets of London.
You'll experience even more
You mean
adventure.
They're
Paris?
showing parts of the movie.
You're really
Beloved film series.
Paris.
He just said the streets of
Bringing to
London.
life
Oh.
Wizarding
Oh.
Paris from the
don't-
Fantastic Beasts film.
She
and
just
the
said
definitely
Ministry of
Paris.
Magic
Yes.
From the Harry Potter films. As guests walk through the portal, they're instantly transported to 1920s Muggle Paris.
Oh my
where they
gosh.
pass through the
1920s?
Phoenix Gate that
1920s.
takes
Is
on
that
the
when the
class
Fantastic Beasts
cachet
takes
Yep.
of Wizarding Paris, inspired by
That's
the
fun.
Fantastic Beasts film.
Whoa, it's so
That's
big.
great.
built to scale streets in Paris.
Wow.
This is the biggest.
We don't
thing
even
we've
need to
ever
go to
built.
Paris now.
True.
Ever.
Just Orlando.
is taller than the
Maybe like-
tallest building in Diagon Alley.
It's gonna be
Okay.
overwhelming.
That's pretty cool.
All of
Lots
the
of
whimsy
shade.
and
That's a fun
charm
fact.
Ooh,
you can
facts.
expect from the Wizarding World, but with an
They
Oh,
really
I can't
are
wait to look at all these
boring
pictures.
The streets of Place Cachet are so alive with
Place
It's gonna be
Cachet.
so neat,
There are
looking like
shops,
Paris.
restaurants to explore, with nods to fantastic.
Oh, there's got to be some
foods
serious
throughout.
bakeries.
You can
Ooh,
just
look, a
feel
Niffler.
magical
I am a big
Paris
fan of the
surrounding you.
Niffler now.
Me too.
He's
Cute.
like my favorite. I almost bought one this past time.
That's-
I've
Look at
almost bought
this.
one a lot.
Wow,
This looks
that's
very
such a beautiful
fancy
restaurant.
cafe.
French. There's a lot.
And of course, we're serving bière au beurre.
What?
Are you recording?
Yeah.
I just had to make sure.
We pause to make sure you're recording.
Yes, I have trauma. I'm not
Okay.
messing around no more.
All right, we are moving on.
Not anymore.
And I didn't ask to pause. I just did a little.
I know. I thought that might be the pause symbol. I wasn't sure.
Anyway.
The pause symbol is cut it out.
Butterbeer.
It's funny. There's a butterbeer cart
It's
there.
a French
So
butterbeer
far,
cart.
I'm not even a fan.
What?
Of butterbeer?
No, I.
Oh.
Of
that
this
too.
land?
You got to think of it
I
as the
just think-
London of
I,
Diagon
no, I
Alley.
get the
Paris?
whole. I get the
Paris.
whole. Fantastic Beast things, but this doesn't feel Harry Pottery at all. Like I get that it's the wizard.
Okay, but
Paris.
It's just because
Okay,
you
but
haven't watched those
one-
movies.
Right.
you get to sort of be in Paris, like pretending you're in Paris. Two, you get to
1920s
pretend like you're in the
Paris.
1920s. And Trace, you get to go through a flu network to get to the Ministry of Magic.
Yeah, once
That's
you get to
the
the Ministry
cool
of
part.
Magic,
That's
it's
not-
going to be awesome.
I'm not complaining about that now,
Transportation.
am I? I'm complaining
Here's what I'm
about
confused
Paris
about. Before
being,
we haven't got
being
there.
so big too. Like it's huge. We're just gonna be walking around what would be Diagon Alley or something. It's just gonna be Paris where we can go in real life.
What-
I don't know.
What I'm confused about, and maybe they'll give us an answer here shortly, but I've always pictured that we would be in a Ministry of Magic that we recognize, like with Dumbledore and whatnot. But if this is in
We
the
are.
20s,
It said
then
you're
how do we...
going through.
Oh, you
she
mean
said
in
at the
our time.
beginning
Right.
that you go through different eras.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
So there's
okay.
time
So I think
travel
the-
involved here?
Or we'll see young Dumbledore.
Sure.
Maybe
But if they're saying we're going through different eras,
we definitely are.
I
I
just
know
think
something
that-
about the
BTW,
ride.
we don't see Dumbledore ever. There
What do
is
you
no
mean?
Dumbledore
where?
Oh,
in Diagon Alley or
just
Hogsmeade.
Forbidden
In the
Journey.
ride.
That's
Yeah,
it though.
and
That's all.
the main characters you see. I thought of this last time we were there. Like,
Yeah,
anyway.
you wouldn't see. They have none of the main characters out in the lands, which
Right.
makes sense because you're there by yourself.
Except the train station.
No
Is that what
main
you're talking
character.
about?
The train's a character.
Anyway, my thing is like, for Diagon Alley, they made like the London waterfront thing, like a walk-through thing, like kind of small. But this, like, imagine that, but Diagon Alley is super tiny, and then the London is just huge. It seems weird to me.
I think the difference
just
is
saying.
the difference is if you watch these movies, this is the world
That's
that
another
the wizards.
thing. These movies, I feel like, are not as popular to make a
They're-
whole theme park thing after.
It's very popular. My
when
point.
There's
But back
all
to what I'm
7 Harry
saying.
Potter
They're
movies.
really
What's different
good.
is in the
They're awful.
they're not awful.
I remember
I like
watching
the
them,
I
and
like
didn't
them
like
all
them.
actually.
I love them.
I like every
First
one of
one's
them.
alright.
I love the third one. I really do like all
I
of
didn't
them.
know there were that many, actually, so that even...
You need to
made
watch
me
them because in
cringe.
this world, the wizards they don't go to Diagon Alley to hang out. They actually are in
They are
Paris.
I
just
get
in
that.
Paris.
right. So
It's just like...
it's a little
So
different.
it's not like London where it's just like a
Right.
normal world. It's like magic.
Right.
They just
Or
need
have
to
the
do.
bakery, like that guy's bakery.
I-
They
That
just
would be
better do
awesome.
really
Better.
good at making me feel like there's wizards everywhere.
I think you're gonna
They're
love this.
definitely going to.
Paris scene.
All right,
I mean,
let's
it's
keep
gonna
going.
be
I
so
hope they
vibes.
change my mind.
Actually, we just saw a wizard interacting with people and magic happening in windows of Paris. So, I mean, there is magic happening. It's not just Paris.
But there's so much of it that it might get annoying.
All right, let's keep going.
We'll see.
All right, moving on. Well, what is the French butterbeer?
Won't it just be
Beer.
the same?
It says it right there.
I mean, it's written in French, but it will
That's
be
what I'm saying. I meant the
food.
words, not the
Same
drink.
Beer
I know the
beer.
food will be the same.
Bière au beurre.
Yeah.
Is that beer of
Beer
butter?
or beer.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know the word butter, but that's definitely.
I can't believe it'd be
beer
bière.
of butter.
Anyway,
All right, moving on.
Or butterbeer, as everybody knows it.
Oh, he must have
wait,
just
he
said
just
what
said
it
it,
was.
but we
we
said
said
it
it
before.
before.
No,
We're
it's
gonna have to
rewind.
go back.
Yeah, let's leave it here.
As everybody knows it.
More.
Au beurre. Or
Or
butter.
a
Oh,
beer.
beer au
And
beurre.
of course, we're serving bière au beurre.
Beer
Beer
or
au
beer.
beurre.
As
That's an
everybody
awful
knows it.
word.
Yeah, I don't like that.
In
I
Britain,
have a feeling that's not
you
how
make
the
Ooh, what's
chosen by
this?
a wand at Ollivanders. But here in Paris, you go to Cosme
There are
Acajou,
stairs.
premier wand maker,
Cool.
famous for exquisite haute couture design.
Like, this is a wand maker I don't even
This
know
is-
about.
I was gonna say.
I was
like,
about to say, is this
what if
original
this isn't even in the
stuff?
movie? That is
I-
actually
I-
embarrassing.
I
bet it
think it
isn't.
is.
I bet it is.
It better be
I
because
like
I'm
that,
embarrassed
though.
if they, it isn't.
I'm a
Why?
wizard.
They just came up
That's
with their own
literally
wand
what
wizard.
we
I'm sure
They came up
JK
with so
did if
much
they
stuff
did.
in Diagon Alley.
In the
Alright.
heart of Wizarding
It probably is a
Paris,
real thing.
Guests will find an incredible show. Le Cirque Arcane.
Okay.
They'll
Are they
go
going
on
to
a
show
journey
that
of
firework
excitement,
dragon?
The
surprises,
Cirque Arcane.
and
Look at
passion
this.
as they
Ooh.
encounter fantastic beasts.
Oh.
Oh, of
Oh,
course there has to be
Fantastic Beasts
Fantastic
show.
Beast
The
stuff.
show is mind-blowingly cool.
You're
It's gonna be
going
so
to
neat.
just be amazed at this beautiful theater that exists
Oh.
within this tent.
This is
That
the
thing
first
above
time
the-
we've created
that's going to
a
come to life.
full-scale indoor
Whoa.
show for the Wizarding
Yeah.
World of Harry Potter.
Wow.
We have aerials, special
Oh,
effects,
like that. I
puppetry.
mean, there's
I mean,
so
these-
Are they
so
showing things that they're going to create?
I think
in-
they are.
It's going to be really
Like, how are
fun
they gonna
for
put
guests
bubbles
to
on
see
people?
Some of the creatures come to life. I'm really looking forward to it.
That's going to be a fun
I'm
show.
most excited to build the Ministry of Magic. And with the help of the
Here we go.
I'm going to
Dun-
build the
dun-
Ministry
dun-
of
dun.
Magic.
Paris to London.
Okay,
To
I really
embark
would
on
say
this
like
Wow. Oh my God,
Oh,
Alright, let's
wow.
watch.
You see what it looks like. Metro
You go through
Flu.
these giant
Metro Flume and make it
fireplaces.
flume.
You journey through the Metro Flume, which is wizarding mass transit that we collaborated with the filmmakers.
I need to know how it works right
It's
now,
a
not when I
multi-sensory
go.
experience. The guests will
It's
be
magical.
fully engulfed. It really mimics
This
the
guy's
flames
very
flying up
excited.
around them.
It's fun.
He wins the excited
Oh,
award,
I
I
know
think,
what.
for this
Well,
video.
I have an
You
idea.
arrive
It's going to be
to the
steam and
iconic
lighting.
British Ministry
Definitely.
of Magic. You're
Not
gonna
steam,
see what you saw in the
Mist.
films at full scale.
Fog.
Full
Oh my gosh,
scale.
her
Have the
hand is
opportunity
crazy.
to actually travel into the
I
ministry.
am very
Very
excited to
crucial
see the
moment.
ministry.
Oh God,
safe.
Umbridge.
Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry is an amazing new attraction.
I'm
It
pausing
represents
All right, Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry.
Yeah, 'cause-
Not only that, like
So what is this lore? Like Umbridge is.
it's about the trial of Umbridge. That's all I saw in the caption.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Oh,
the lore.
Is she on trial right there?
Yeah.
Right, she's in prison.
So
The
she's
ride
gonna-
is
She's
about
wearing
her trial.
stripes.
And
So
if
she'll
y'all
definitely
know,
break free.
this makes me so excited because she's like, that was my favorite Harry Potter movie where she comes in and like wrecks the day. Not
Oh,
that I love her. I
know.
hate her. It's just like,
One of the
You
best villains
love
of all
her.
time.
I love her but hate her. You know
I
what
know.
I mean? Like she's
Yeah.
evil, but I love Bellatrix too. I mean, not Bellatrix. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bellatrix. That's right. But I love her too, but she's also evil. But
I'm
excited
noticing-
for this.
I'm
It's gonna
noticing
be
here
really fun.
something we talked about before when we were looking at plans for this
Yes.
building is if you notice on the left of this image are people waiting in line,
Yeah,
and on the
There's a
right are
show.
people just meandering about.
they're
Yes.
waiting in
Because we
line.
wondered
the
if people would be able to
ride.
just hang
Okay.
out in the ministry, and it looks like the answer is yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Wait.
divider
There's a
down the
sign
middle
that-
of this screen that
Zoom
shows
in,
where
Dad.
the queue is,
I'm afraid
and
to.
then there's a whole area in here that's not queue at all.
I can see the this way, but I think. Oh wait, Trial of Umbridge this way.
So it's the
There
ride.
you go. So the ride is to the left, and the people hanging out.
That's
to the right.
awesome
Said
though.
Trial
I mean,
of
wait, that's
Umbridge
kind of
this
weird
way.
though.
This
Like,
is going to be a ride you don't really wait in line for, I think.
what do you mean?
You get
We're
a
looking at people
assigned-
waiting in line.
Oh no, it's definitely going
Do
to
you
be
mean
a
like
line.
Villain Con?
Oh, you think it'll be like
Jimmy
she's
Fallon.
saying? Yeah, it's going to be like like Fallon, like an assigned time.
I think
a virtual queue,
I think
Yes.
every queue is gonna have something like that.
Yeah,
some
me
type of
too.
virtual option.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they went from having like Cedar Point kind of lines that are like really open and you can see the whole thing. Then they realized that the illusion of hiding the line is nice, but now they're realizing that the illusion is like expanding the line into some crazy interactive thing to make
And
Yeah,
not
you're
just
so
hiding
right.
the line, like they made the line a storytelling element and
Yeah.
something you wanted to see, which this definitely looks like that. All right.
I'm confused how there's gonna be people meandering about and half the people are waiting in line for a ride. I think it's kind of weird. Like in the main area.
So the way I think of it is, imagine if you could go into Hogwarts, and that might be why they did it. Think of all the times we liked going into Hogwarts Castle just to see
and
it.
wish that you were there without a line.
So there'll be like lines that go through the castle, but there would also be pathways in the castle that aren't for the line.
Okay, yeah.
Because they wanted to put this line in there, but it would be messed up to only make the Ministry of Magic
just
for
line.
the
What if you don't
waste.
want to ride
It's
the
too
ride?
right. I mean, he just said that it's going to be built to scale, so it's like the full size.
But will there be a bathroom in there?
No.
Let's talk
there will
about the
not.
show really quick.
Excuse
Yes,
me,
there
Minister.
will.
I'd like to
What
go to
about
the
the show?
bathroom.
Definitely will be.
I just haven't thought about Fantastic Beasts being in a show, but that could be like the best show in all of Epic Universe.
He said they're breaking out all the technology
it's
available,
gonna-
puppetry and
like we saw all those dragons and stuff, but now it's going to be like dragons and birds and phoenixes and all this crazy crap.
Magic.
I hope Hagrid's there.
Everybody loves the outdoor stage in Diagon Alley and the shows that are there, but it is limited in what they can do because they're outside, the lighting's not perfect and everything, but in
you're right.
indoor space, like they can do anything.
Yeah, it's like a Bourne level show.
Right. The stage can be set up.
It.
Like if you noticed above the curtain was one of the Fantastical Beasts, and I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't somehow come to life.
I think they're just fantastic.
Fantastic Beast, fantastical. Maybe you're right. You know
Did
what? It
you
also
say
just reminds. I
fantastical?
probably did.
Yeah, is that like an adverb?
Do you
or
remember
something?
the dragon stage at Wicked? The clock dragon?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's pretty puppetry around the stage.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ian, Hagrid wasn't born in 1920, so he
I
will
was
not
just
be
saying because Fantastic Beasts.
Right.
And he loved them.
All right, moving on.
But so does Newt.
Did ministry workers like live there or something, or are those supposed to be like offices?
I think they're offices. That's what I was wondering too in the background.
I've always wondered.
They
that.
do not
It
live
looks
there.
Like a little city
They
in here.
come in through this flute network from their homes every day.
Yeah, you're right.
The Flute Network's really close to the queue. That's kind of weird.
Well, I think you come in there and you would head right. Like that's the last option.
Ron's dad
Even in the
lives at
movie,
their
it
house.
is. They run across there and jump into the flue to escape.
Yeah.
All right, we're starting the video again.
That's the decades of innovation that Universal has created.
The story takes place
Oh,
after
look at the
Voldemort
sky.
has
Oh my
been
god, that
defeated.
paper is going to be
Finally,
like
hold on.
this
moving
is
the whole
day
time.
Wait.
in which
I gotta hear what she
Wait,
says
so we're
again.
back in present day because
Yeah.
Umbridge is there.
Right.
All right, I'm
Story-
pausing it. This
Wait,
is where
yeah,
I'm
you're
confused.
right.
Listen to this now.
That's the time.
This is
thing.
I think
I'm
it's
confused.
So
how
maybe
this
So
Hagrid
we
happened.
were
could
in
be in this, for
1920s
God's sakes.
Paris.
He could be in here, but he
Yes.
won't be on that show.
I know. I hope he's in here.
That would be cool. We were in the 20s
We're
Paris.
in 1920s Paris, and then we get in this flue network, and something happens. They have to describe that something happened, that we also went through time
I
Right.
hope. That's the only way
to
it'd
the
be
early
cool.
2000s.
We know how
when
we ended up
Umbridge
in
was a
London.
person.
We know how we ended up in London because that's the Flue Network is taking us there. But yes, why
Yeah,
do
I
we
know,
also go
but
forward
usually
in
a
time?
flue network doesn't take you 30,
It's not time
50,
travel,
80.
yeah.
Can we resume?
80
We made
years
it
in
like
the
2
future.
seconds through the video.
I know. All right, let's
Let's
hear what she
focus
says.
on-
real
this
quick.
ride.
I did want to say something. When they announced Epic Universe in general and like the Ministry of Magic and whatever, I remember thinking like the fact I'm gonna see like that room with the green tile and like the
And
black.
you
I love that green
definitely
tile.
And now
are.
I'm seeing it on the screen and I'm like, wow.
It's so
They
This
really
is
are doing it.
definitely like the
they
most
have mock art
unique
for the tile.
looking place.
It's gonna be amazing.
Like
If
completely
I ever
magical
have a
looking.
bar in my house,
completely
I want it to have
magical
that
looking
tile.
and not like the traditional like Hogwarts architecture.
It's
you
my
know?
favorite thing in the movies, architecture wise.
You're right.
Saying a lot.
Inside the ministry.
It's just beautiful.
It's so
looking.
beautiful.
It is very
it's
unique.
the tile that does it. If that were just brick, it wouldn't
Dude,
be beautiful.
That fight that they have in the Ministry of Magic between Voldemort and Dumbledore
With the
it is
water and sand.
My
Oh my
favorite
God,
scene
there's no
I
music.
think of
Oh yeah.
Is the roof
all the
open
movies.
right there?
No, it's
No, it's a
projection.
screen.
I hope not. I hope
It's to make it
as
look
in
like
I,
that.
hope
I
it is
love
closed.
the escape scene in Deathly Hallows Part 1 that takes place in the Ministry. When
Oh,
they
where
have-
the
when
oh
kids
my
are
God,
turning
where
back
they-
into
with the
themselves.
Polyjuice
Oh my, I
potion?
love that. That's
Yeah,
that
so
has
good.
my
awesome.
heart racing
Every
I
time.
love
every
that
time.
movie.
It's so good.
I
It's a
mean,
really good-
Voldemort
And Ron's, like, in the
Dumbledore with
elevator
sand
alone
and
with,
the
like,
glass
That's
and
definitely
the-
cool.
Oh
And
my
and he
gosh.
looks at himself. Oh, that's great.
So many iconic moments.
All of the ministry.
So
okay,
good.
here
we
we
need
go.
to watch those later
And the
movies
best
again.
stuff
too.
happens there in those
I haven't seen
movies.
Order of the Phoenix in like years.
This ride might be the best ride we get from Universal. Harry Potter.
I would
wise.
assume so. I
It
mean,
has a
Harry
lot.
Potter's
I
the
hope
biggest
not.
thing.
Like again, it's
People are
about
expecting the most.
in the movies when they're in Gringotts, escaping Gringotts, fun. When they're in Hogwarts doing Quidditch, fun. But when they're escaping the Ministry of Magic and like going through there and like
Intense.
trials and stuff, it's way more fun than all that. So
Yeah.
that has to make the
I
ride.
hope
better.
it's not the best ride because whether it's good or terrible, there will be millions of people wanting to ride it.
True.
Don't care.
It's always going to be.
I mean, I'll wait all
insane
day.
in there.
There's going to be millions of people outside waiting to get in.
Like if it's as good as Velocicoaster and I can only get to it like once a year or something, I'm going to be frustrated.
Let's figure out what it even is before we say it's like Velocicoaster.
That's a good point. All right, here we go. Are we ready now?
Yes.
Let's listen to
Are we going to see what the ride is right now?
I don't know. Let's
Minimal
listen.
comments.
Let's just listen and find out.
We should just try to play the rest.
All right, here we go.
There's only 2 minutes.
Takes place after Voldemort has been defeated. And finally,
okay. Somehow we went
That's
to
teasing.
Umbridge is standing trial
because she's
for
in
her
jail,
crimes
dudes.
against the wizarding world.
As we board our elevator lift,
This
Oh,
is
boy.
so
realizing
awesome.
that Umbridge has escaped.
The guest
Oh,
joins
really?
Harry, Ron, and Hermione on a quest to capture Dolores Umbridge and stop her from bringing back.
This
the
is
time of
crazy.
Lord Voldemort.
This is like
Pause.
more movie.
Did they get all the actors
yeah,
again?
pause. I
This
don't
is
even
the
care.
first time that we've ever seen these characters post Voldemort,
That is
other
awesome.
than when they were
Dude,
old
it's
in the
new.
Right.
movies.
What is it? New
New
lore?
lore.
Yeah.
This is me
It literally
rambling again,
is.
but my favorite lore from the Harry Potter movies is the Umbridge thing. So now they're building on it with a Universal ride at the Ministry
Very
of
so
Magic.
exciting.
hype.
And she's going to be
I'm-
on
like,
trial.
For
This
Harry
is-
Potter fans, for the story to be extended via
Yes, this is original
And
place
it's
story.
such a
and this
cool.
ride.
It sounds like a really cool story.
It sounds like she's
too,
going to get loose, and we're going to have to chase her and catch her,
with the trio.
and hopefully we'll succeed. And how exciting that
This
is that
sounds
we
like-
get to be part of that.
This sounds like my dream in every way.
Yeah, this is-
if I like dreamed of a Harry Potter ride, I would be like, has to be in the Ministry of Magic with the black tile.
Has to
Has
fight
to
Umbridge.
involve
Has to
somehow.
have
Dolores.
Umbridge as in trial, and like that's awesome.
I'm excited.
All right, here's what they say again. Here we go.
Cause like that's the revenge I've always wanted for her. Like she needed to get in trouble.
Yeah, I want to be at the hands of getting her arrested or whatever.
Of Lord Voldemort.
I'm gonna be
You
scared
are
if we go into that orb room.
And is on a scale that we have
Yeah, that
never
thing is
attempted
scary.
before.
You'll be right in the
think
middle
they destroyed
of
the
this
whole room,
giant
though.
battle
So we're the
against Umbridge and
elevators.
Death Eaters
Yeah.
throughout the
Okay.
entire ministry.
We're in the elevator.
That's what they've been
Finding-
predicting for a really long time.
That's cool because those elevators go all ways.
And I'm had to pause it here because look, we're in the elevator, and it's
Sitting.
in this show. Look, like there's ghosts here,
It
Yup.
looks like it's
and there's a
floating in the
show
middle of the
happening
room.
here.
Weird
it
that
is.
there's ghosts
mean-
behind where you can
yeah.
see. What's
why,
that
why
about?
are there ghosts back there where I can't even see them?
I assume they're going to fly into
For the
that
picture.
space.
You'll probably spin
They're just
around
waiting
and
back
see
there.
them.
They're actual ghosts waiting in the background.
What are we looking
backstage.
at also in this concept art? Like Death Eaters fighting?
It looks like this
looks
might
like
be a
Death
trial
Eater
room.
attacking us.
Right.
Well, it looks
Kind
like
of
a
like-
good guy and a bad
Kind
guy
of like
fighting back
Gringotts.
there.
This reminds me a lot of the Gringotts
It looks like
ride right now.
Gringotts, like with Forbidden Journey ride
You're
vehicles.
right.
Yeah.
You're so right.
Definitely
But
gonna.
this ride vehicle looks more like a
Haunted Mansion.
Coffin.
It looks like the
yeah,
haunted.
like you're just setting like
no,
a
it looks like the
Tower
Tower,
of
of Terror.
That's what I meant. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
I
like a
meant.
box.
I hope it doesn't do Tower
It's
of Terror
not gonna
stuff.
move
drops.
like
That would
that.
be
It won't.
awesome.
It will.
Is that a
Except
track
that building
above?
is really tall from the model we saw.
This could be that patent. Remember that patent that was based around a car that could go up and down and into different showrooms and
Yeah.
out into
Yeah,
That's
this is
definitely
that
what
car.
this
This
is.
is boy.
That is
Boy.
definitely what this is. Which means that it could go to the top and drop. Not like track drop, but like simulated.
Oh
like
yeah, I
drop.
mean it's an elevator. They're definitely going to
Yeah.
do something like that, but I just hope it's not like a thrill ride.
Up
Right.
and down and round and round.
All right, here we go. We're almost at the end of this video. Let's listen to it.
We made it 40 seconds or 30
Do not
seconds from
pause
this last
again.
time.
Don't talk over something we need to hear. Here we go.
This giant battle against Umbridge and Death Eaters throughout the entire ministry. We're combining so many different and new technologies to bring this
Now we're
adventure
afraid
to
to
life
talk.
at a scale never seen before.
That was
This
Umbridge
is
in the
the most
ride.
ambitious ride we've ever created, and it's an absolute game changer.
How
I
do
mean,
they move?
is that
I was
are they
on
pulling
site,
out of their
actually
ass
took a
or?
moment to step back and stare at what we're building because it's nuts.
This seems unreal.
I wanna see what they're
from
building.
Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley.
They keep
Diagon
showing clips
Alley
of
to the
the
Ministry of
existing
Magic.
lands, which is weird.
It's nice though. It's reminding you that we have like a complete
Bring
world
the
going on here.
storytelling to the next level.
Epic Universe
But we've
is
been
all
there.
about immersing our guests in these larger-than-life
Man,
worlds.
some of these images are
Creating
really
a
cool.
space the guests are going to make
Nifflers
memories in.
That's the second time
again.
we've seen the
Decades
Niffler
to
in a
come
suitcase.
is so
It's kinda
special. And
Lazy.
doing it
They're going to be
with
selling thousands of
stories as powerful
Nifflers.
as
I like the
Harry Potter
Nifflers.
I'm getting one.
is
I
just
think
a
they're like-
once-in-a-lifetime
Oh my God, he's so
opportunity that I'm
cute.
grateful to be a part of.
Like they can't use this music. It's not Harry.
We're
It's not
thrilled to
Fantastic
expand the
Beast
Wizarding
music.
world
I think
of Harry
that is
Potter.
in
It's Hedwig's
Fantastic Beasts.
theme, bro.
More adventures to
Wait, no,
come
that's
for our guests.
If that's in
The
Fantastic
addition of
Beasts,
this
I'm
world creates
offended
an
then.
incredible Wizarding World trilogy across Universal
This is
Orlando.
amazing.
A trilogy
Get ready.
of.
Tons
I mean,
it doesn't
man.
exist anywhere
On the other
else
side of
in the
portal
world.
At Universal.
Oh
A
my
trilogy of
gosh.
what?
Harry Potter lands. I mean, think about it.
Right, yeah.
You're going to have Harry Potter fans, which are diehard fans to begin
Going
with.
to all 3 parks.
How could you not? I mean, you're never going to go to
from
Universal.
all over the world, and they've already made 2 trips here at least.
Right. We've
and
already
now they
said
have to come again.
no one's coming to Universal and be like, I'm good just going to Diagon Alley and not going to Hogsmeade. That's never going to happen. And now there's no doubt they're going to have to go here too. I mean, you're talking about a fan base that will have to go to 3 parks.
If you know
no
the things
what.
you do about Hogsmeade, though, you might just want to go to Diagon Alley.
Hey,
Look, I agree with
You
that.
never know.
Hogsmeade
If it's
is
a one-day
lovely.
trip, you don't know what people are saying.
Yeah, but no one's taking their first trip as a Harry Potter fan and only picking one. They're going to do all of them if they've never been.
Well, now they're going to be sad if they can't do
Good
all 3.
video.
That was a lot of information, more than I had thought. The ride looks amazing.
Amazing.
Not a lot shown, but it could be really
more than
cool.
we've seen for sure.
I noticed there was like footage of the Death Eaters, and it looked like kind of real. But maybe it was just like
actors.
Well, no, probably animatronics. But it got me thinking like those animatronics could be really good because they have like masks and stuff. Because it looked really realistic.
I noticed the masks being very, very prevalent. You're probably right. Like,
yeah,
since they don't have to make a real face.
All right, you want to watch the fly through now?
Yes.
No, not that it helps on the Mummy. Actually,
I hope
can
the
talk
fly
about
through
that
makes me
later.
realize
True.
that Paris isn't as big as I think, but probably will be.
I will pause it more through this because
Okay, so this is the fly through.
Yep.
Did you say you'll pause it less?
Which means they
No, I'll
won't
pause
be
it more
talking
because there's
and
no
we can talk.
voice. We can just talk. It'll be fine. All right, ready?
All right, no point in looking for Coke freestyles.
No, they definitely don't exist.
Bathrooms.
You can look for
though.
bathrooms.
Bathrooms.
I don't
for
think
sure.
there's
on
no
the table.
point at all.
Those like opening. What are those
Wait,
things called?
Pause
in
already. I
in
have
real
something to say.
France.
What if in this, J.K. Rowling was like, it's okay since the other ones are Wizarding Worlds and this is Paris. So there can be Coke
It's
in
1920s,
But it is
babe.
Wizarding World.
Paris. There can be Coke in 1920.
Not Coke.
My
He's
question
onto
was,
something.
do the logos for all of these lands have that blocky thing
No.
at the bottom?
No.
So
that's
this
just
one's
for
in
That's
a
a Harry
block.
Potter one.
I think it's like a street
Others are
sign.
not
I think it's a
like-
Paris
okay.
street sign look.
Okay,
What?
cool.
My question is, what are the arches at the?
That's a specific arch.
The Arc de Triomphe.
Yep.
Cool.
I love
They
that
look beautiful.
Universal is like, let's rebuild Paris real quick. And
That's
they're
what they've
just, like,
done forever,
it's
man.
awesome.
They're great at it.
They're
man.
rocking it. You guys should work
You
there.
can continue.
Here we go. There's that cafe.
So coming down this main street, you see in
That.
front of you that tent right in
you
front
see the
of
tent, but look, you have the cafe here
Cafe
with
La
outdoor
de
seating
la
over here too.
Sirène.
It's very
It
Paris.
looks like a real city.
Sirène.
That don't look like much outdoor
I'm not
seating.
excited about that cafe. It looks too fancy.
I think it looks great.
It looks too
I
tiny
like a
and like a
down
real
home
restaurant.
cafe
Do you?
Not in
you
1920s
eat down home
France.
food, Laura?
with gravy.
God. All right, here we go. I wish they'd go into that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Weird.
it's not like
It's a
seating
fly
in the
through.
restaurant outside.
Yeah, it is. Maybe not.
Okay, so now there's like
Wow.
a square, not a square, but and then
So these are
it
fake
seems.
steps to
I
nothing.
know this place is not huge, but it has a lot of twists and turns that makes it feel bigger.
Right,
Mhm.
like
Are tho-
Diagon Alley does.
Are those real steps
pretty
that you can
huge.
go
you
up?
can go up those steps, but they go to nothing.
Because there are chains across them. They
Oh,
remind
then
me of
you're
the
right.
steps next to Green Gods.
So you
that
think they
can't-
won't let you go up
You
them?
can kind of sit
You
on
can
them.
go up those though, but you're right. There's chains here. They're not going to let you go up there.
It might be a similar
I
situation.
think that is a fake. Past that first set of steps, it might be fake.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think
Painted.
no. Like
I think
it,
I've seen aerial
It
footage.
looks
and
too
it's not-
far
Where
back.
the building turns.
They're trying to
into
make it
painted.
look too far back.
These are definitely the in the background is definitely forced perspective.
Yeah.
But I think I've seen overhead views and three tiers of these stairs are real.
All right.
I think.
Wait.
Right.
Patisserie. What is this on
Little
here on
pet
the left?
store looks like
It does look like pets. It looks like
It's a
cats.
cat.
Okay.
kitty. Oh wait, it's probably It's probably kitties
Baguettes.
for.
I keep
school.
looking for his
Bakery. I can't think
What
of
is
the name
his?
of it.
Does he have a bakery in
fat guy?
Paris, or is his bakery like in Brooklyn or something?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
from Brooklyn.
He's
so
from
yeah.
Brooklyn, but
Gosh,
then when they
how
get
does he end up in
together,
Paris?
do they have a
He brings-
bakery? In
Eventually.
Paris?
All right, let's keep watching. I don't
Sounds
know.
like some dumb movie lore.
You should
Shush,
watch
Zine,
them.
you
They're
shush
You
your
good.
mouth.
like the first one, that the other ones are awful.
And the third one. All right,
None
here
of
we
them
go.
are awful. There's a coveted bench there between the
Yes.
steps.
That's the wand shop.
Let's pick
Oh yeah,
up.
right. It is.
The wand shop looks really cute.
Okay, so this
What
is
is
neat.
this
What
little
is
Whoa,
this thing?
gazebo.
Yeah, and they showed a show
Very
happening
small,
here. They
like-
showed a witch out there doing a show during the
Yeah,
other
it's
part.
like
Then I'm guessing
bigger
it's
than
for
bigger than a
shows.
phone booth, but smaller than a gazebo.
So my guess this is an elevator that team members
That
have a
they
way
come
to
out of?
take up.
No way.
Yeah, I think they'll come out
They
of
would
this.
not put that in the center of whatever area this is, just
Yeah,
for
if
team
you
members to
can't-
walk into, and
Maybe
that's
Yeah,
not.
that's
because
too
I would
just-
walk
that's
into
too
it.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
maybe.
people
I
are
would
going to
get
be
crushed.
crowding it and trying to walk into
Get
it. There's
crushed
no
in the
way.
elevator system.
But what is it though?
I don't know.
I think it's going to just be used as like for wizards to do showy stuff, and I don't know.
All right, moving
It's
on.
really cool looking though.
A wizard menagerie. This is the Niffler shop.
This is the shop with the Niffler display.
I want
What's
a
this
live
music?
I
Niffler,
hope that there's
not a
more-
stuffed one.
I hope that there's more like not interactive, like more areas to explore than Diagon Alley.
Pharmacy.
It looks like it's
More
much
places
bigger.
to actually go.
Oh, that's a little hallway.
Wow, like a little
little
nocturne.
side street.
Yeah, Nocturne
This is gonna be
Paris.
so cool.
It's gonna be
Oh,
overwhelming.
it's gonna be
It's gonna feel like
so
Assassin's
shady
Creed.
and cool in this
Look
like,
place.
isn't it crazy to think that there's Epic Universe outside all of this?
Yes.
Like, this seems like I need 4 days to do.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be.
This
so,
show looks
it's
awesome.
gonna
I'm
be so
very excited
cool.
about this show.
I'm taking
like
a
a
trip to Epic Universe
1920s
in Paris.
French
Circus.
like circus of
Yeah.
fantastic beasts. Like that sounds so cool.
I hate the name
Butterbeer
of Butterbeer.
cart.
Dad,
For people
you
who
can't
like to
speak
wait
the
in
line.
language that they speak there. That's
Well, I
definitely
saw a
just how
glasses
Butterbeer
store that
sounds.
looked
I
really
love this
cool.
music.
Oh my gosh, this Metro
Here's the
flu.
flumes. How many are there
I
going to
love
be?
this
There's not just
hallway.
4, right?
No, there's gonna be like a dozen.
They're double-sided.
we
and
go
there's
into
way
the
more than
future?
I love
four
how they're
on one
keeping it
side.
secret.
How do those flus accidentally take us in the future?
It's gonna be
It's
so
never
much stuff
happened
to
in
look
Harry
out
Potter
here.
Before.
And that's a screen or
Whoa.
projection.
I'm so excited for that.
For the projector?
Is that a
for-
different
yeah.
statue?
For the projected ceiling?
No, he means the
Is
white
this-
screen projector.
The sculpture I remember in the Ministry is a big deal in the book, and they talk about
Yes.
all that it means, and it has the
because
house
it
elf.
depicts all the different types of wizards, including the people that are half horse
Right.
and the Dobby people.
Right.
And then whenever the bad guys take it over, they take away everybody else and they make it just human wizards.
I'm not
Right.
a fan of the half-horses.
Someone is
Centaurs,
screaming.
that's what they're called.
Yeah.
Someone's
I was gonna say
screaming
they
in their
have a
car
name.
right now because Mom just said
I was gonna say
horseman
we're-
and Dobby people.
And her
We're
name is
getting
Kayla.
We're getting DMs about this.
House elves. We know all these. All right.
What
Yep.
is the centaur?
Centaur.
Centaur, not
Yeah.
centaur. Cool.
Like Ferenz.
What?
Nope.
The professor
Next.
from the
Oh.
forest.
Yeah, he's the one that helps Harry often.
He's not in it too much.
In the books, he's in it a lot.
Mm.
All right, here we go.
He leads the attack on Umbridge.
I
in the
love this
forest.
faux sky.
That's in the
Whoa,
movies,
whoa.
right?
Rewinding
Well,
a
it just
second.
cut off at a really weird place.
Look at this.
It
Look,
took us into a dark
look at the
hole and then
pans-
stopped.
Like,
Right, look-
not even the main place.
look to the right. You'll see Mel flying through the air. See, look.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's a screen.
Okay,
For sure.
That was weird. That's a
the
very
way that it
weird
cut off
ending.
makes me realize something.
What?
This place is going to be photo ops and ride. That's what
All
it is.
of the Ministry?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool if you can
There's
There's
literally...
not.
bathroom?
It's not going to be going in there. I mean, probably a bathroom.
No,
yeah.
no, there
You know
won't
how
be.
But it's not
can-
going to be going in there and like going to all these different shops and stuff. Like there's probably going to be magical
Yeah, no.
interactions.
It's like
but
it's like the castle.
It's mostly just for the ride.
You
I'm
know how you
guessing.
can explore Volcano Bay? Like the volcano and go crazy.
Go inside,
Yes.
like do stuff.
Different floors, do crazy stuff, get lost. That's going to be what this is like, I hope, where you can literally like go through different hallways, find different things to do.
I'm with Laura. I'm very confused how time travel is happening.
Yeah,
They
I
need to
mean,
explain
speaking of
it.
lore that's
There
never
should be an
happened,
explanation.
that's never
It'd be really
happened.
cool if it was part of the ride story, but it probably
No,
won't
'cause the
be.
They've
Blue
never.
Network is already
JK's
a
never
different
even
time.
inkled that was a possibility.
Time travel?
That you just accidentally go 80 years into the future.
Definitely not.
That makes
because
me think they're not going to explain it, and I think that's really lame.
They have to.
They're going to explain
it.
it. You're just mad right now because you haven't heard it in
Harry
there.
But
Potter
Mom
fans
just
are the
said like
biggest
they've
lore
never written
maniacs
anything except
ever.
the one little thing that Hermione had in the third movie.
And that's
book.
a
They
Oh,
don't
thank
have
you. I didn't
time.
mention that.
Time
You're
travel.
right.
Well, but yeah, but like
Time Turner.
They don't have time in
That's
their
the only
short video
thing.
to be like, and you're going to be traveling through different times, and this is
Oh.
how.
Dude,
Sure.
what am I talking about? Not only the Time Turner, but also the looking glass thing. I mean, Harry
The
travels
pensive?
through time all the time. He just can't do
That's
anything.
just looking
there.
at
Yeah, Tan,
memories.
is there really that much
Yeah,
to, they
but that
need
is
to explain?
like time travel.
The
That's
movies
in the
explain
past,
that
never
there
the
are
future.
many tools to
True.
time
we're having
travel
two
time.
conversations.
You go first, Dean.
They don't need to explain anything because it's like there's already so many time tools in the movie.
They need to tell
They
us how
need
we
to
got
need
because
to
that's
explain
so
which one
lazy
it
if they're
is.
just like, hey, There's 2 on the list. Just assume that they
So
figured
I
it
also
out
hope
somehow.
that
That's
there's
really
a
lame.
big explanation at the front explaining why we're in Paris with different
That don't
wizards
matter.
that we don't know.
Every
If they
time
do
we
that-
go into
if it don't matter,
Zane,
that
They
we're
already
going through
said
the
that.
Epic
You go through the
Universe
portal to go-
and then we're in the
they literally
1920s.
explained that.
Who knows what
okay,
Epic
but
Universe
okay, then
portals
they also said we
can
we'll
do?
travel through different times. Oh, they said that. They said that. I don't know what y'all's
we
point
took
is.
we took a portal to a different time.
We took an Epic Universe
How do we
portal
take it-
to a different time.
How
It doesn't make sense that we take Flume to a different time.
Right.
Get it?
Because Flu Network doesn't go in time.
They have little toys.
That's
they
what I'm
sell
saying.
on
It'd
it.
be
tell us that
bullshit
then.
if they just
Anyway.
write it off as we have toys.
Or just say
It's
this is an
possible
updated
that
Flu
we are
Network.
in a pensive when we're in 1920s Paris.
Well, that
I
doesn't
don't
make sense,
like-
'cause they went through the
Okay,
portal.
that's a
And
good
we come
point.
out of the pensive, and now we're in the Ministry of Magic of the current time.
It cannot be memory based because in Pensive you can't interact.
Yeah, I know.
in
I
someone
can't.
else's
And that
memory.
means I can't buy a Niffler.
Right. It cannot be that.
And that is not happening.
I don't think we should yell over things that isn't full information.
I
We're
agree.
just guessing.
They're going to explain it. They will not leave that out. If
All
they
right.
don't,
They will explain it. They have
we'll
to.
be shocked.
Harry Potter fans would not put up with any less.
Yes.
And neither would JK.
And
Right.
neither would Tayan.
I agree. I'll be
We
pissed.
don't
Put
talk
me
about
on the
JK
list.
too much on this pod.
If
I
we
love it.
if we go through the Flute Network and they don't tell us how we ended up 100 years later, I'll be pissed.
If we talk about her so much, let's talk about how she's transphobic and crazy.
That's what I'm saying. We
Let's-
don't talk about that enough. I don't even know if she's part of this. Like, I would assume Universal wouldn't.
oh
I
no,
mean,
she is
I don't
100%
think
it
that
up.
they
of this.
have
Yeah,
the
Tayan,
ability
she
to do
can't.
You're not
things
allowed.
without
They're not
her
allowed to build this
permission.
without her.
They can't. Yeah,
Fantastic Beasts?
Yes.
That might be a different thing.
Negative.
like they had to get the blueprints from someone.
Well, let's
The
do
movie
some
set
research on that. We
prints,
can
like-
Well,
get back.
I
I
bet
don't
they
come
didn't
back
get
to
her
it.
help like to make original stuff at all. They just got her permission and like, hey, you want to make a shitload of money?
They still run it by her and she gets to say yes or
Yeah,
no.
of course.
Yeah,
but-
that's all. All
Yeah,
right.
But like that
I think
original
she
thing,
has
that
final
like
cut.
the wand stuff that you said maybe she created, she didn't create
Yeah,
that.
she's
That's
like
a Universal
created.
team.
She's like
thing,
literally
100%.
like second to last person.
Not only is she canceled like
advice.
one of the worst of any celebrity for transphobic stuff, but she also is like too big and rich to like design stuff for Universal. They have
Totally.
people for that. That's what I think.
Yeah, designing wise, but when it comes to like,
I
her
think
ideas
lore
and
too.
her-
Maybe the ride. Okay, the
I think
ride.
the ride she had to ride.
The
Like, she was
ride,
definitely
like you
sitting
need
there-
at least someone who.
She was definitely there for the meeting, talking about building this, like all of that. She's not just sitting at home like getting texts like, yeah, do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah,
this was
buy that.
awesome.
No Coke freestyle.
I don't know where this ranks now in my lands of hype.
Save
I
that
don't
for
know
another
either.
podcast episode.
Another episode.
Until I see this whole
We
Paris
have to do a
One.
rehype.
You think it's number 1 for you now? I think
Wow.
it might be number
They said it's
3.
their most ambitious ride yet.
Didn't I say
That's
it was
true,
number
the
one
ride.
from the beginning? I
Did
mean,
you?
with that ministry thing, it could be my number one because again,
The
that's
ride really
everything
does.
I care about in Harry Potter.
I'm
in one
so
ride.
down for 1920s France vibes.
Me too.
I think
Me
it's gonna
too.
be awesome, and I could be there all day.
Yeah. I'm
And
with
then
you.
I think the Mystery of Magic is just such a beautiful place, and it looks like a really cool ride in there.
I'm going to wear
it might be my number
the
one.
Mystery
a
of
Paris
Magic.
Flappers dress.
it has full potential to have the best food in the parks.
Ooh, that's a good point.
I
It
mean, it's
has
Paris.
to.
You'd be bad if not.
Like you're basing it off real
Pastries.
food.
I mean, hopefully
And
they have
yeah.
like if they have the same
So-
shitty croissants we get at the Leaky Cauldron, I'm going to be pissed.
My uncle was just telling some random story on Facebook about last time he was in Paris in 2014, very specifically, and he
It's
said
recent.
I was having a sandwich fromage, which he
A
said
cheese sandwich.
is cheese and butter on a baguette.
Sure.
I've heard of that
Yeah.
before.
I'm like, cheese and butter? Like,
Yeah,
who
I've
does
heard of that before too.
That's
It's
what they
just
do.
grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese sandwiches.
No,
You
but
do it
they're
every
doing
time.
raw
No,
cheese.
it wasn't grilled. Grilled is a different word.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm just saying that's cheese and
You don't
butter on
put
bread.
cheese and butter together
What?
on
Yeah,
a
Mom.
sandwich.
Oh, the only
What is
difference
it?
is you
She's
heat it
right.
up.
A grilled cheese is you put it on the outside.
Like, you're
so
using
that
it as
gets
grease.
grilled.
Okay,
like
the
the-
other side.
when you
but
put
it's
like
still-
cold or not cold, like room temp butter on bread, it's like
Sure.
different than grilling something in it.
I put
Very
butter
different.
on my bacon and egg sandwiches. That's kind of like
Some cheese is buttery, but to actually put butter and cheese, that is different to me.
sounds normal to me.
And it sounds
Anything.
amazing.
I think it sounds good.
Yeah,
Never thought
definitely.
of it.
I'm hungry now. All right,
too.
now we'll go do a trip recap episode for you people. Right?
Next
Yes.
week.
Next week.
Come back next week.
Come back next week.
Promise.
All right, this was fun. Can't wait to see everyone at Diagon Alley, or not Diagon Alley. Can't wait to see everyone at
What's it
The
called?
streets
The
of Paris.
Paris.
No.
right.
It's called something. I don't know.
What does Lady Gaga say? Bienvenue à Paris.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. All right,
Bonsoir.
later.